Hello and welcome to my channel, Balkan Aesthetics. Today I will be discussing how Christ wants us to forgive other people and why we should forgive other people so that we in turn may be forgiven by Him. You know, forgiveness is one of the most difficult things a human being can do. And I'm talking in a case where someone did you wrong, right? And they're glad they did you wrong. They're happy that they hurt you. I'm not talking about the individual that did you wrong and apologized and was begging your forgiveness. Those people, they're easy to forgive. You know, you feel bad, so you forgive them, right? But I'm talking about those individuals that are glad they hurt you. And every time they see you, the first thing that comes in their brain was how they got you. You know, they hold it above you like a badge of honor. So I'm going to explain how and why you should forgive those kinds of people. For starters, why? The one thing you have to understand, and this is one thing that Christ taught me, is that the people who did you wrong, okay, it wasn't your fault that they treated you the way they did, okay? It's their own fault. And why is that? Going through life, they ended up being hurt by someone in their past, right? And instead of forgiving them and growing from that experience, right, they ended up internalizing that pain, internalizing that hurt, and instead of getting over it, they now go and hurt other people. You know how that old saying goes, hurt people, right? Or broken people try to break other people. So when somebody does you wrong, right? They do you dirty, right? The first thing you should remember is, or the first thing you should say to yourself is, wow, this person is so weak. This person is so maladjusted that instead of dealing with their own issues, they're going to try to make my life a living hell in order to make themselves feel better. We all know that saying, misery loves company, right? Well, miserable people, they hate seeing you happy. So what do? They want to make you miserable so they don't feel as bad about their situation, right? So that's the reason why they do you wrong. But here's the problem. If you don't forgive that person for what they did, the longer you hold on to that resentment, the longer you hold a grudge against that person, what it's going to do to you on the inside, you know, at a spiritual level, is you're going to start to become just like that person who did you wrong. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your pain and you're going to transfer it over to other people. So that person who hurt you, right, you become exactly like that person who did you wrong. And you go off to make other people's lives miserable because you're miserable. You see? So this is why you should forgive those that have done you wrong. And it's not something easy to do, right? It's easier said than done. Because the one thing you have to overcome is the ego, right? You have to overcome the fact that, you know, you were hurt. And look at it from their perspective and realize, oh, they must have been hurt by someone in the past, right? But instead of growing from that, they became a villain and started hurting other people. That's why you should pity those people, right? You know how Mr. T says, you should pity the fool, right? Pity the fool that hurt you, right? And forgive them. And you'll see, once you forgive them, truly, every time you see them, you'll no longer feel you will no longer feel angry about what they did. You know, you'll actually feel sorry for them that they, you know, haven't grown as a person and instead decided to become a villain. And what you'll notice is that your life will become better because you forgave, right? And their life is going to continue getting worse. And that's one of the few things that are difficult before you become born again, is you have to forgive those that have hurt you, right? But once you do that and you truly forgive them, you'll see that you'll feel better because of it. You won't hold on to that pain. And in return, God's going to reward you for that. He'll forgive you for your trespasses, and you'll feel better. You'll feel that peace, right? That peace that surpasses all understanding. So yeah, just forgive them, move on with your life, and God will reward you for it. If this video resonated with you, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, please do so. If you want to leave any comments about any future video you'd like me to do, I'd be more than happy to hear them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.